Tonight's Hometown Patriot revolves around Hurricane Katrina. Rick Rowe talked with Kerry about how he remembers helping storm victims.
I don't know, what is it called, the causeway that goes into Metairie, into Lake Pontchartrain. In a normal situation, when you come across that thing, you look down and it's 50 feet or more to the water. Water was actually lapping over the top of the rails.
Kerry was headed into a disaster unlike anything he had ever encountered. He was the head of the Shreveport Fire Department's strike team, sent to New Orleans in the early hours to help. Very quickly, they find themselves in the Superdome.
And it was dark, nasty, damp. There was no sanitation. People were scared.
And there was no power. For those on ventilators who had escaped to the Superdome, it was a death sentence.
They were basically put in a secure area and given as much comfort as they could, until their demise.
Then it was a trip down Canal Street.
It was flooded. There was carnage. There were individuals floating, unfortunately, in the water. And of course, as you're going down, you have civilians that are on top of houses, on their porches and everything, screaming for help. And we basically had to pass them up.
You see, Kerry's mission was to assist the city's largest charity hospital, where doctors and patients had been stranded for days, again, without electricity.
My God, the power went out and he's on the ventilator. What are they gonna do?
We're in trouble. We're in trouble, that no one's coming.
But help finally did arrive, a half-dozen Shreveport firemen led by Kerry.
You could see it in their face, the relief that we were there, and we were there to help them the best we could. Now, the problem with that was how we were going to help them, we did not know.
Kerry and his men are trained in triage, a process that, in a mass casualty situation, often decides who lives and who dies.
We've never been placed in a situation where I don't want to say play God, but we had to make a decision who we could save and who we could not. We moved the ambulatory people first, those that can actually walk on their own, motorboat them out probably 100, 200 yards to a strip of grass. It looked like something out of a Vietnam movie. We literally had 6 or 8 helicopters flying in at a time, and when they couldn't land, they were just hovering, waiting to land. As soon as one would take off, another one would come in.
Then the neighbors began to swim to the only high ground they could find, the hospital.
The hardest thing I ever did was stand up front of a bunch of cold, wet, scared people, not knowing which way to go, and tell them with no uncertainty that the hospital was our mission and the hospital patients were going to be first.
Working in the worst conditions they had ever known, the Shreveport strike team rescued hundreds of patients. But there was looting and shooting reported in New Orleans, and Kerry was told to leave. That meant some patients would be left behind.
There were some words said that really disturbed me.
If I would have had a gun, I would have shot him, though. I would have really shot him.
There's just no words to explain it. I was literally in tears walking out of that door.
It's estimated Kerry and his strike team helped rescue 400 people from a hospital that remains closed even now.
It brings back memories. Chris Schamberger and I were talking about it just the other day, about some of the things and some of the memories we had, and it's mind-boggling to look at it and realize what we actually did and how we did it.
And if you'd like to nominate a Hometown Patriot, go to ktbs.com/hometownpatriot or send an email to hometownpatriot@ktbs.com.